Welcome back. Still me and PvP on the cards for our next game. Ixian Force versus Abertaybrams. Again, should be a good game.
Yeah, good to be back after that short little break, and now we get two more teams, which are pretty high up on the standings. So again, expecting equally as good, maybe even a better game than last game.
Yeah, Ixian Force coming in as our seed 2, I believe. So uh very very high level team, or at least we're expecting that. Abertaybrams a bit lower coming in as our seed 10, more middle of the pack moment, but I'm not sure in the opponents they faced. They could have had a very difficult run up until this point.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even though they are like the lower seed coming into this, I mean they've had their fair share of wins as well. So we will see. But Ixian Force, of course, maybe being a little favorite coming into this matchup, but that could all change again with the draft.
Yeah. I mean, we saw in the last game, it was the draft felt like it was more playing towards that mid game. The game did end up extending on in length anyway because of a couple big Lash ultimates, a couple big Dynamo ultimates. But I wonder if we'll see something similar here again. Our teams are prioritizing playing more in the early game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I expect honestly probably a pretty similar draft. I think honestly, like as you were saying last game as well, you really liked how the drafts have been so far. So we'll see if they do a similar thing coming into this next game.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked. I thought maybe drafts would be a bit all over the place. It's a collegiate tournament. It's not people who are going to be as high level, but it made a lot of sense. You could understand what sort of game plan they were trying to go for. So
Yeah,
hoping for something similar.
I mean, before going to the draft, obviously we're gonna have a quick look at our teams and who is playing on them today. Ixian Force with Esco Bear, Kuro, John Cena, Sufei, Gaore, and Spicy Noodle.
Yeah, again coming in as our favorite. So hoping to see some big plays out of them. Abertaybrams on the other side. We have Ewan, Owen. My pronunciation of the names is bad. Lifey. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, following the rest, yeah. Ross, Connor, Hux, Hedge, of course.
Okay, so my mic cut out, I'm assuming.
Little production mishaps.
Hey,
Part of the
sometimes
fun,
it just
part of the fun.
happens.
I mean,
get it fixed up in time, I was saying in the break, I do need to get a new microphone.
yeah, new microphone would do wonders, but I mean, hey, what can you do? Gotta work with what we have.
Gotta work with it. Should get an intro dropped in any moment now.
Yeah, I think if anything, the one thing that will probably stay the same between the drafts is I think the bans are pretty set in stone this meta. Like the pocket ban, it's almost always the first ban. If it's not pocket, it tends to be like either Infernus or Doorman. Like those picks are just so impactful in these games, and I mean we'll see.
Yeah, you're also expecting to still see a lot of like high priority on card Billy or Abrams or Geist, some strong frontliner who can still pump out a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd be surprised if we see like a pretty similar draft again, but see if they can swap up the order, maybe take some picks that each other wants. And I think honestly, one gun carry that I did expect to see that we didn't see in the last game is Wraith. Because honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Wraith might be one of, if not the best gun carry of the patch, aside from Mirage. Because honestly, right now, I think Mirage's playstyle sways a little bit away from a traditional gun carry. But Wraith, on the other hand, like obviously the big patch as well, reworking her cards, how they work, and she just does so much damage now while still having good self peel. I think the main difference between Venator and Wraith is obviously Venator is extremely tanky with a higher health pool and a higher like uptime in damage. But once Wraith gets her cards up, not only does she have healing on her hard cards and jokers, but she also has a lot of damage and escape at that.
Well, that is true. But as you said, pocket ban, first one to come in. And this character again, Affliction, too strong. Just does so much in these big team fights, fighting over the objectives. So if you're not going to play him, just get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would really like to see in the coming weeks if there is a good pocket player out there. If a team doesn't ban pocket and it gets let through, that'll be a match that we would want to watch. But Mirage does get banned out for Abertaybrams. Maybe seeing the impact of that Mirage can have in like the games, not even the previous game. I think I saw a lot of the scoreboards that got sent, the match results. There's a lot of Mirage being played, and he is doing really well.
Yeah, so just so much map presence from the character as well to be able to split push objectives and such. Shift pick coming through now for the Ixian 4. Shiv at your one makes a lot of sense. We talked about it earlier, the nerfs, they haven't done enough. This character will never be bad.
Yeah, aside from like maybe a few patches where he isn't like first pick kind of level, he's definitely still going to be up there. But Doorman now, we get to see a Doorman game. It's going to be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
Doorman into Billy looks really good here.
Yeah, securing a really good support as well as the next best front line. Maybe Abrams as well if they choose that, but no, it will be Billy, as you said.
Yeah, it's just Billy in these team fights does so much disruption, so much damage, and he can't die. So much viability as well. So, very strong exactly. First two for Abertaybrams. Ixian Force now. I don't know what you want to respond with. Maybe get a good carry in. Well, Venator.
There it is. There's your carry. Venator is picked, and I would not be surprised if they do look for another tank. They're really probably going to be prioritizing Rem here in the draft. But honestly, a Rem now wouldn't even be too bad unless they do want to pick up Viscous.
Yeah, Viscous Rem. You can go for an Abrams here. It's still very playable if you do.
Dynamo, third pick. I don't think you see that too often, honestly.
Feels a bit early to be pulling him out now because it leaves Abertay the option to pick Magician.
Yeah, obviously, like picking him so early into the draft is Sinclair, obviously coming out with a much quicker, much faster uptime. Sorry, on that singularity, it would be really stressful for Ixian Force to be able to keep that under wraps and keep that in check.
See if Abertay can find that.
Yeah, but with the Dynamo pick so early, they can get other really high power picks as the Infernus pick comes through as well. And I think already, Abertaybrams have a much more favorable draft going into this.
It feels good for both teams. The Ixian Force obviously have a bit to finish off their draft, but for first three, I don't think either team is insanely favored.
That is fair. That is fair to say. I mean, yeah, obviously Venator still really strong. Shiv still really strong. Ooh, interesting Viper ban.
Don't know about that one.
You don't really see that too often. Maybe like a misclick, running out of time, but
that's that's an answer to the black hole. That's a good mid contest ultimate gone. Feels like it's a character you almost wanted to pick if you're Abertay.
Yeah, that is fair. Like. That's one answer for Dynamo gone now, but still a lot left on the board. Paradox ban, I do kind of like that, playing so frontline, so tank heavy. Taking out that Paradox really like puts you in a much better position throughout those mid-game fights. Obviously the swap becomes a lot easier to land with those bigger targets, but not only that, playing such a close range comp, you're really afraid of those double pulse grenades going into the late game. Like people don't really consider her as like a traditional like carry or high damage character, but if you're able to get two well placed pulse grenades, that damage adds up fast.
Yeah, I mean, there's the other pick character taken away by Abertaybrams. Instantly see that Paradox ban there's no real answer to our holiday now. We can just get these picks, and Ixian Force are going to struggle to do the same thing.
Yeah, if they wanted, if there was anyone to do it, it would be Bebop, but they instead choose to pick up Lady Geist. And now, if anything, I would genuinely like to see a Rem on that team. That is 4 beefy characters now. And it would really complement them to have a hero like Rem. But maybe that overlaps a little bit too much with Dynamo in their team composition.
I think it's either Rem, maybe even Page over the Viscous in this team comp.
Oh, wow. That's another tank.
I mean,
another
they'll have a
flop.
good team fight. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, there's so much AoE damage on their team, honestly. Like between Shiv, Slice and Dice, Dynamo Stomps, Geist Bombs, and now Victor. Like that team fight comp is really scary.
Yeah, it feels impossible playing to Silver. A decent pick to answer this, but you're not really going to be able to find the kills on these heavy frontliners. Feels a character you want to prioritize into squishier drafts.
Yeah, I honestly don't know about that pick here. Like as well as like Silver and Billy, sure, they're like pretty good like individually, but if you look into the context of this game, I'm not really sure Silver can do too much against the team of Ixian Force. Like there's just so much to chew through, and there's so much close range damage. But there it is, that Wraith pick that I was talking about.
Yeah, we have to make
That's
it
the
this
kind of damage you
far.
need.
Ixian Force, if they took away that Wraith, there's like no real other gun carry that Abertay can. So Ixian maybe drafting a bit incorrectly here. See what we go with their last pick though. Ram still available.
Ooh,
But it is
Viscous though
Viscous.
is the pick of choice, and I mean immediately, like we said it before already, but this is such a tanky composition on Ixian Force. Like they have so much brawl potential, so much HP to just throw onto the mid boss, onto the rift. And Abertay, like a lot more squishier of a comp, so they're gonna have to play around that really elegantly, really carefully, to be able to win these fights.
I think it has to be Abertay just avoiding these team fights in the early game. Just trying to split objectives across the map. Play opposite side to Rift, play opposite. You can take Iron maybe, but taking these Rift fights, I don't think you can ever win them.
Yeah, that is true, but I mean, in all honesty, if they can make it through the early game, I'm kind of noticing on Ixian Force actually, they've got a lot of characters that are really soul hungry. You know, you really want money on your Shiv, on your Venator, on your Geist, on your Victor. All four of those heroes function really well and do really need those like souls to be able to like genuinely like be a threat in the late game. But if you look at Abertaybrams, they can really comfortably funnel all their souls onto Wraith and Infernus.
Yeah, it's gonna probably have to be a low econ Shiv, is what you're gonna have to do here. Because it's so important that your Venator's ahead in this game. We know how much damage he can do with those grenades, just with his gun in general. So funneling as much as you can into him, and your Geist as well is probably your position too in this game.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Victor and Shiv, they might be, well, we might see some wall breaking Victor. It's kind of a, the playstyle's gotten nerfed quite a lot, but it's still viable somewhat. But we'll see, because I doubt they'll be getting a lot of souls this game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. But again, they'll get money from just playing their objectives and playing for these arm fights, playing for these rift fights. So maybe that's your plan here. You're going to get your econ just through these big team fights if Abertay are willing to give them to you. And if they don't give them to you, just secure you just get every objective.
Yeah, but I mean, what we do have to watch out for is actually Abertaybrams have such a good pick composition between Holiday, Wraith ulti as well, but the Doorman ulti as well. On top of that, they have really high potential to just find someone, catch them, take them out of the fight instantly, and then they might be able to contest the team fights.
Yeah, I think the big answer for that with Ixian Force is Cube. You know, you get lassoed, Cube. You get Wraith ulted, Cube. Obviously not the same with the Doorman ult, but that's a big answer to two of those ultimates.
Yeah, obviously combined with Rescue Beam as well, which gets purchased pretty often. Like, again, like Cube Rescue Beam is just the most reliable way to get someone out of a bad situation. And it's going to be, I think, really important here to see what that Viscous can do. And we might even see a second Rescue Beam on that Dynamo, depending on how well the Wraith, the Holiday, and the Doorman are able to find the picks in the mid game.
Yeah, Abertay really are reliant on finding these picks, splitting across the map, avoiding team fights when possible. Oh, I can see my mic cutting out live. Ixian Force, reliant on the opposite. just taking these big 6v6 team fights. That's what they're looking for. Over these objectives, over mid, over the rift. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out with these teams wanting to play quite contradictory styles.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a similar story to our last game, but maybe even more of a difference this time, as Abertay leans much more heavily into that pick composition, and we will finally get into the game, but we're met with yet another pause at the start of the game.
It's not Deadlock without a pause.
It could never be Deadlock without a pause. I mean, the pauses do come in pretty handy, you know. Like
Sometimes you need them.
Yeah, you ever get into a game and some food order arrives, or you need to open the door for someone, and that pause tends to be pretty handy for that.
I mean, I've definitely paused in an hour-long game to go to the bathroom. Like,
yeah, that is definitely another reason to be using pauses as well. But some lag maybe a little for our players here, but should be getting in there soon.
Yeah, I mean, things like this are gonna happen. See if we can. I can barely see our lane parents right now.
Yeah, they are swapping a little bit as well. Oh, Shivan, I don't think you see too often, because that's both laners who really want to stay in their lane and get souls, which kind of you tend to not want to stack both of those in the same lane.
Yeah, you'd really like to see your Viscus in that lane over the Shiv or over the Venator, over one.
No, but in hindsight, I mean, again, like everyone on this team is just so money hungry, so I think you have to make some compromises somewhere.
Yeah, good early deny. Can prevent that first item being bought in the mid lane for... Well, I can't remember which side's what anymore, to be honest. Is it Ixian Force on our
Ixian Force is
side?
on the Hidden King, I believe. Yeah, Abertaybrams is the pick composition, so they are the Arc Mother, and yeah. That's... wait, 2 Golden Goose Egg purchases. We might be seeing a little stall strategy coming out. I think that was the Geist and the Victor picking up Golden Goose Eggs, maybe trying to play a much more passive lane and generate that early income, popping it at the 10-minute mark to take that fight on the Rift and second bridge buffs.
Yeah, I mean, for the Victor it makes sense. The Geist, not so much. That character can brawl out in lane really effectively, so sort of just... You know, it will get its value at 10 minutes with all its improved buffs as well, but not an item you normally see in that character.
Yeah, especially with life drain, the health you get comes directly from the damage that you deal. So seeing a damage nerf on that egg is not maybe something that you really want on that Geist, but we say that and the Geist immediately just falls so quickly to the Doorman and the Wraith, and immediately getting a head start on your Wraith's economy is exactly what you want if you are on Abertaybrams.
Yeah, good damage onto the Dynamo as well. Doorman obviously low HP, probably gonna need to reset in this lane if he sticks around. It's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, no, obviously again, immediately we see the guys punished for taking the egg. Maybe he would have killed that Doorman if he purchased a lane item over an egg, but...
I mean, a Mystic Burst there, a Resto Shot, anything.
Poor man falling really low again, manages to escape with his life. Kinetic Pulse not quite managing to finish the kill, but the solo lane for this Wraith now.
Yeah, it's all
going towards them.
If you're the Wraith, you're almost happy with this.
Yeah,
thinking my Doorman's gone. As long as you don't die here, you're loving life.
Exactly, and getting the solo heal as well here now. Like, not even gonna fall that low in all honesty.
Yeah, now an item ahead.
Item ahead, almost 2 points into card as well, which was a huge spike for Wraith, as she gets instantly 2 cards. Able to dump 4 cards on someone, it just instantly evaporates their health bar, especially at this stage of the game.
Yeah. Other lanes, a bit more passive. Really only that Wraith Doorman lane. Getting aggressive. Trying for a quick cap steal. Can't really get anything from it though. Gauge onto ship's good.
Parry does get used. We'll be able to use that slice and dice to disengage, but falling scarily low here, and we'll probably have to take a reset sooner or later.
Yeah, this is a problem with taking this early damage, you know. Healing right, not as prevalent as it once was, so you almost need to reset at a HP like this, because you can't play the lane anymore. You can't tech trades.
And interestingly enough, actually, we see 2 rebuttals bought in this lane. One on Infernus and one on Shiv. Maybe miss it in the early game, but there might have been a lot of fist fighting there. So 2 rebuttals already. Would be fun to see some rebuttal parries. Some shenanigans with that item that we normally see.
Bit of burger boxing in the left lane. The Storm's
but-
playing very aggressive for this HP.
Yeah, not even a door to escape, but John Cena, again, just falling. And Hux, that's a solo kill for the raid. This early on in the game, Ultimate online, it's very soon as well.
Oh,
Just
it's
200
bad, it's bad, it's bad. This right lane getting absolutely ran by the Wraith.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only one even in the lobby being at 3,000 souls, and now with the ultimate unlocked, she might already just be starting to run away with the game here. It's Holiday as well now. 2 points in barrel, some damage coming through now, but not too much yet. But Viscous and Shiv actually falling so low. Shiv gonna take a reset maybe on the left lane now, and the buff contests aren't gonna be possible for the Hidden King. This Ixian forced to concede the buffs, but this Victor does manage to get that spirit buff.
Victor does get calcium, and he's going to use it to get a timing to gank here. Wraith falling low. This is a massive kill to find.
Yeah, just as we're saying, Hux is running through with the game, does get caught accidentally as John Cena on the Dynamo falls again, and now the Doorman as well getting caught.
Beautiful gank.
Beautiful gank indeed, and the Victor now with 2 extra kills under his belt. You might be seeing a pivot with their team playstyle here. Maybe a bit more funneling into the Victor, but not before Edwin trades back onto the Viscous.
A much more aggressive laning phase than the last time. Obviously, again, on that buff timing to rotate.
Yeah, and even now, like, the Infernus is still extremely low, having to take a base now. But now, as we're seeing the ultimates come online, this will keep your eyes on this Holiday here. Let's see if he can land some lassos to really, like, force these engagement early game. Get that head start that Abertay needs to be able to run away with the game.
Yeah. Victor, Billy with the green buff. How do you kill him? Well, I'll tell you, you don't.
Yeah, but, I mean, his HP does fall a little low here. Having to 1v2 in lane right now because the Infernus took a bad trade, had to reset. Now, honestly, that Infernus being the least amount of souls in the lobby. Doesn't even have his ultimate like anywhere near online, and that lane might just be able to push him to his death again, as the Guardian is already very low.
You can play lower econ Infernus. To be fair, you can go again Headhunter, Mystic Shot, and I'll be the majority of your damage for the game. So it's not the end of the world if he can find it in him to move towards a build like that.
Now we say that, but Venator uses his parry very early, followed by Shiv, and that's a double chain gang, but both managed to snap. Get behind cover just in time. What looked like a very good fight for Abertay's left lane, sorry. It's just dissolved in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. And now the tower in this lane solo as well.
Yeah, this lane does look like it's being won pretty heavily by Ixian Force, but another pause coming through for this team. Victor lagging a lot.
I think they might just need to play with it if it's a consistent issue.
Yeah, that's unfortunate indeed. Maybe genuinely might be the heat wave causing all these issues, you know. Like the train tracks going down everywhere, like all the train services being out as well in the UK right now. Due to the heat wave, I wouldn't be surprised if any cables get affected, and thus the Wi-Fi as well.
Yeah. Not a great situation.
Yes, indeed, but getting back into the game, though, hopefully they are fine, because, I mean, he is the most fed one as well, and if he's able to snowball that small lead into farming up a Storm and being a late-game hyper carry, then that'll be exactly what this team wants.
Yeah, cool. Good engagement onto his Venator. Taking quite a bit of damage.
Afterburn
330.
Will leave as well. Steps into the flame dash as well a little bit. Again, eyes on this Wraith. Looking for that ultimate potentially, looks like.
Oh, this Dynamo.
I mean, the singularity though comes through, and the Geist as well, getting the damage off, falling very low, but the doorman, the hotel guest, locks up that Geist, not quite managing to find that kill. John Cena tries to engage, finish off the kill, not remembering that Hux still has that telekinesis ready and available. But that being said, the Geist coming out of the hotel almost finds the pick onto the Wraith, but escapes
Again, without egg, maybe you get that kill.
That egg again might have just been the doom of this lane, and now you're really like feeling the repercussions of buying such a risky item. But I mean,
at 10 minutes, it will mean that this Geist is going to be very strong.
yeah, that's true. But you wonder, like, in another world where he doesn't have egg, he might have been even more ahead. But it's not too far behind, to be honest, right now. So not the worst, as a big item spike coming out from this holiday. 4.8k with rapid recharge, that's exactly what you want to see. Along with a max barrel coming soon, and that's going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, this holiday, again, one of the best mid-game characters in the game. Sort of just can... Again, barrel spike, as you said, makes her be able to 1v1 pretty much anyone.
Yeah, but Victor falling very low in a fight, managing to escape with his life somewhere around the mid lane, but a few more trades coming through. It's looking a little bit like they're trying to force down this Guardian here, but not quite managing to do it.
I think you want to see someone rotate into this left lane and just get this Guardian finished. Free up your Shave to start rotating.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with this holiday lasso coming up now. Like, you're kind of put on a timer because that holiday is going to come into your lane, lasso you, and then you've lost the lane now.
Yeah. Fire over the buffs happening. The buff there.
Second buff time. Viscous gets hyperlined actually on that.
The shift. Silver got it.
Silver got it because the Viscous got hyperlined on the jump pad. It's so unfortunate, but again, I'm looking at the top. The Geist is 1 HP again and has to back off, but fight mid lane now. Looks like Viscous might be getting caught here. Might have the cube available, but the Victor is here to bail him out. Shocking reanimation available, is able to push in really deep. But on the right lane again, Hug's taken out the Geist. Just so well played on that lane. By the Wraith, 9k souls, I just realized. That is a
that was about to die as well. Oh.
That is a death and a bad given.
This Wraith is just going to run the lobby. You need to find a way to sustain through these. Again, the Rift fight, it will favor you. So, if they come to contest that, even with a fed Wraith, you might be able to win it. But that's really all you're reliant on at this point, because this Wraith is so strong.
Yeah, but even then, compared to the lobby, she might have a lot of souls, but generally speaking, her power spikes come a lot later. But that might not matter with, like, at all, because this Victor now getting another kill and getting so much farm is actually able to match that Wraith.
Yeah, this mid Guardian taking so much damage, it might be able to fall in this turn.
Holiday and Doorman will be coming back to defend it, but with the shocking reanimation available, they might just try to trade this falling extremely low. And looking to pop that Victor ult before the Rift would be a very important ultimate to get rid of, but not quite managing to find that either.
A very good trade for them, and now this Victor looking to make his way towards the left lane. You're going to buy a couple items first.
This Victor as well is actually looking so strong, but... And now finally we're seeing some rotations here. That Guardian that was so low by the 5-minute mark, now more bodies coming over here might fall, but nope, the Victor's just getting the young.
He wants his money.
That is true, but the Rift on this side as well, actually. Maybe a smart play in hindsight to rotate to this lane. Nice luggage card to able to force that Geist away as the Rift is now spawning. 20 seconds remaining before it opens up. Wraith forced to project mine and run away, and that's a very big cooldown gone now. That's Wraith's only escape tool. Don't have the ultimate either, but...
Yeah, I mean, both good that they got the Guardian before the Rift came up, so wave state is still good for teammates to rotate.
Yeah, but coming into this fight now, I'm looking at the Singularity. If he can find something big here. Victor also steals ultimate, so he's just not scared to go in, but... Both teams so
Singularity
both
finds the Wraith.
that's a singularity on the Wraith. Doesn't manage to get too much damage off, and she has to run, but she doesn't have her project mine to run away. As the Geist and Viscous as well manages to find a Holiday and Doorman. And the Wraith falls soon after. And what looked like a fight that was pretty even, it was so quickly turned in the favor of Ixian Force. And as we were saying in the draft, Abertaybrams really want to shy away from these big team fights, and they've just kind of walked right into the trap that Ixian Force were setting up.
You would have liked to see them just commit more towards this mid lane and the left lane. Get the 2 Guardians. That's an even trade for you at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably even positive getting all that map control off it as well. Because you can get both Guardians, you can look to beat their but choosing the fight instead, you're 6k behind.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one to recover from. Not to mention their health bars as well, falling very low, having to give up so much space on the map now as well. But, I mean, again, it's just that fight, it didn't look too promising, honestly. Like, especially with your carry, Wraith being forced to use their Project Mind, their only escape tool again, and then being caught with the Singularity, not able to run away. Like, that is just the perfect fight that Ixian Force got handed to them, pretty much.
I think the only way they're allowed to contest that is if they were able to pop the Victor Reincarnation before the Rift fight began. Now, I didn't even get popped in that Rift fight, but if it was popped beforehand, I think you're allowed to take a look.
Yeah, a lot more confident going into that, but
again, you mentioned yourself the draft. We said they just need to avoid it. Split the map to play for the other objectives. 2 walkers that you could have traded for there would have been a valuable trade.
Yes, they indeed need to play to their strengths. They didn't even have the Billy in their fight. One of the only really reliable teamfight characters, but maybe trying to look for something here. Infernus running in with that flame dash, running out actually as he's the one being caught. Irado when he gets popped, trying to find some picks, trying to find some damage, not landing too many shots, but the Guardian will fall with that ultimate invested. And Ixian Force are just pushing their lead further and further now.
Yeah, from 6k to 7k, still only 10%. But
the Wraith now using her ultimate to try find this pick onto the Geist. The Geist ultimate not up too soon, actually. The cube does come through to stall a little bit of time. Few cards missed, but Wraith has so much damage again here. The Silver come to follow up as well, but the Geist ultimate, she's falling very low, but it's coming online very soon. If they don't kill her fast enough, the fight might just
surely
turn.
not.
Surely not. She gets the swap off. She gets the swap off last second. The wolf form does get popped the Lycan curse, so it doesn't matter too much in the end. But she stalled so much time. The victor is here now. This is the carry, has the ultimate available as well. Hux, no project mine to run away, forced to go face to face with this Silver, with this Wraith, and he's not scared to die here. The ultimate gets popped. The Silver's 1 HP, but the urn is in the hands of the Wraith, and he will now try to run away. It looks so scary for Ixian Force, but somehow, some way, like, they managed to turn that a little bit, but wow, that was close.
Yeah, if rotations came through a second earlier, if that Victor arrived any sooner, that fight is so different. The guys did such a good job to get that ultimate off, but sadly just not enough. And our fight over the urn going to be our next big talking point. Shingan coming through so early.
Finds the Venator as well, pulled in very close. Parry gets used as well. Now he's getting cooked by the Billy, but the urn still up for grabs. No Singularity gets used, but doesn't seem to find too much as the Wraith is going in now. Half HP, trying to find some kills though. As the CEO of Swag on Billy finds two. The urn gets secured by the Wraith as well. And now that's 2 fights back to back that were really good for them. And the lead cut down to just a 3% difference, and they're still looking for more. Finding this Viscous under the 1 HP Guardian. Cube gets used and there's not much more left, not much more hope for this Viscous. As he will soon
Surely
fall.
gonna get caught here. No, big escape to his walker.
On the other side of the map though, I think the guys managed to find a 1v2 kill on that Wraith against the Holiday as well. Which is something
so kill for the guys.
It's just back and forth. This game is really intense. I mean, the Wraith, honestly, not even being too ahead now. There's a lot of heroes on Ixian Force that have caught up to their soul count.
Yeah, again, you've been saying it the whole time. This Victor is a problem. You know, especially when the when rejuvenating aura, is that what we're calling it? No, it's reincarnation. I'm sticking with it. Is available. He can do whatever he wants. Seems like he has disconnected. A bit awkward at the moment. Team has not realized.
That is indeed a little awkward. I think they realized, but I doubt they have many pauses left. As we get the free camp of G on Victor running back to spawn, unfortunately disconnected. This is, I think, as bad as it can get for Ixian Force. This is, again, I was saying, the carry of the team right now, Dead. He's got his ultimate up again as well, so he wants to be able to, like, be in the fight, but we'll be back. Manages to get in. That's what he wanted to do, you know. Like, I mean, maybe that's good.
Disconnect, get back to spawn.
Back to space, get an item, and he's back in the game now.
Infuser coming through. Oh, it's a massive buy for him. Again, already sort of unkillable in these fights. Not extra unkillable.
Yeah, but now the Wraith and the Venator having a stand-up. Projectile gets used for the shield. Iradomini gets popped, but not managing to find any shots right now. As the Elwin on Holiday manages to help follow up on the kill, but now the Victor is here to finish up this fight. Will he be able to find anything? Hulk's trying to run away on this Wraith.
They're trying to chase it down, but there's 4 people for Abertaybrams here. Or
yeah, they're so agile, they're so mobile, can't quite finish off any kills, and now the rotations have come through. The Silver's here to try and find this Dynamo. Somebody trying to chase him. Lycan Curse gets popped, and now in the face of Shiv, he's trying to run away now. The Wolf is after you. The Flame Dash comes through as well, forced to use Killing Blow to get out of that fight.
I mean, not what you want to have to do, but still a good play all the same to just escape there with your life. Dynamo getting run down. Still, this Wraith got a sword.
Yeah, very good cross-map play by this Wraith. Solo Walker secured.
Okay, this is what we talked about. They need to be doing this. They don't want to take these team fights. So, yes, a very heads-up play.
Very heads-up play. Trying to get that Wraith as ahead as possible, but I mean, we say that, but they're actually the ones that have the position on this Rift. It doesn't seem like Ixian Force was prepared at all to try and contest this. And despite having, again, the composition to fight for it, they just didn't set up for it in the slightest.
Insanely terrible. Insanely terrible.
Wow.
You need to fight it. This is your team's entire strength. This is why you draft like this.
Not only that, but the Victor gets caught. Whoa. But the Billy gets stunned by the reanimation, and now falling very low as the Victor manages to chase and find the kill. Now there's a big fight happening. Concussive Combustion not finding too much. Flame Dash to get out of the fight now. Maybe trying to disengage. Salvage what's already lost.
Singularity used in the background. I don't know who it caught. Damage bar's falling low, then Noble.
It was that Holiday as they fell shortly after it. But wow, that was maybe like 2 big mistakes back to back. One from each team, causing the game to just about equalize. But it's now Victor with the urn, and it's not looking good for...
The urn's gonna have to be conceded. You can't contest this. Maybe Doorman can have a quick look.
He does have his hotel available. He could try and put him in the hotel, but doesn't seem like he would try to. He just wants to disengage with his Wraith, save his own life and hers. But wow, I mean, I was gonna say, like, for the Ixian Force, they kind of messed up big time again, not being able to contest that Rift. But they chose to take the fight afterwards. And then Abertaybrams just played right into their hands again.
The problem is, Abertay, they don't have to give the fight afterwards. They shouldn't have given the fight. They can choose to just kite out, but they wanted to force a bit forward.
Yeah, and as we say that, amazing lasso, a catch onto this Venator and Dynamo again. Like, again, this is exactly what we want to see from this team. Not taking those fights, getting your Billy, your Holiday to catch people onto that side lane.
Now you get to pressure both sides of the map so heavily. Your Wraith and Doorman are trying to pressure out the right lane, you're pressuring out the left lane. You're not going to really get the walkers from it, but you can maybe back out into their jungle after this.
Yeah, and they forced that Viscous ultimate to be invested as well to force them out of that, and I think they're happy with that trade, as it allows for them to take much more favorable engages now in the jungle. But I mean, that being said, it's another time in the game now where that Victor has that ultimate, and it's going to be an extremely chaotic fight if he's able to pop that reanimation in their entire team.
I mean, it's what he's going to be looking for. Guys as well, going to be very close to her next power spike of the Spiritual Overflow. Gonna need to buy green in the meantime as well, though, because Finda's is going to remove her 4.8k spike in green.
Indeed, and I mean, I think I saw a lot more spirit investment than we're used to seeing on a Geist. As typically you see Geist basically just go Radiant Regeneration and then pretty much lean entirely into Gun and Vitality. But Surge of Power and a few more spirit items are maybe a bit more comfortable on that bomb build, and maybe a bit more attack speed heavy as well. Not too sure, but definitely scaling very well. 23k souls by themselves.
Yeah, a bit more of a hybrid guys build. I'd imagine scaling into Gun for the late game. Gonna go Overflow, probably go Spell Slinger after that.
Indeed, but it's entering a little bit of a quieter phase on the map. Most of the jungle has already been taken. Not a single sinner left on the map actually. But I say that, but Hyperline, the Puddle Punch. But are they able to catch it? The Project Mine able to bring that Wraith so far away. And gonna be chased down into the sewers, and Hux falls to the kinetic pulse from the Dynamo. Amazing catch. That's a 60-second respawn.
Force mid.
It might genuinely be a force mid angle. They have the Singularity. They have that Victor ultimate as well. It's looking pretty good.
And you win a mid fight.
Yeah, the Wraith regretting their decisions in spawn. Trying to maybe potentially catch that, guys, but that doesn't seem to be doing. Looking for another fight. Cube gets used. Goo Ball as well. Singularity comes through. Finds Silver and Doorman. Doorman falling insanely low. Now falls as well to John Zeta, and that's 2 picks for him now in this mid-game fight. It is already looking like after Silver falling, it might be a mid-boss and a huge snowball as every player turns around now. Looking to get this buff and straight into mid-boss, I'd imagine. Not before Victor gets chased out of that mid-walker, though. Again, somehow, some way, this Victor, not known for his mobility, but is so slippery. And is able to escape with his life and ultimate again.
Somehow, some way, they haven't found the mid-call.
Yeah, I was about to mention that as well. Despite having 2 players down, they opt maybe it's a little risky. I'd imagine, honestly, having the Doorman down, not having the Door and Card combo, it's a pretty appealing fight, but maybe they still find it a little bit risky, as well as having used that Singularity. I can see the argument that mid-boss might not be the safest play.
Yeah, well, you definitely can't do it now after your Viscous is dead. Gonna need to be a quieter 60 seconds for the side of the Hidden King.
Yeah, now, gonna be, again, fishing 4 picks, but, again, that is where Abertay want to be. Without Singularity, it's a lot harder to find these big team fights, as we say that Victor might finally get caught here and have his ultimate force, as there's 3 putting him in a really bad position. Maybe a slightly premature telekinesis here, honestly. As the shocking reanimation gets popped, and now there's still more coming, but the team has arrived. Abertay's team. There's 3 here now as well, as Chain Gang gets popped.
Oh, surely not. It looked like such a good engagement. But the peel is
falling very low. Zero Swag falling out. So Rift opens. But the Wraith as well now so low. No ultimates really, but it's just pure strength here coming out from these teams now. Lycan Form gets popped. That might be what you're looking at in this team fight. As Dynamo falls 1 to the Silver. Manages to get that pick. On the other side of the map, Geist gets a Walker. Not before Hugs finds Victor. That's a Victor gone. But Rift is secure for Abertay. It's looking very good now as Venator drops next. Like, Geist has the swap. Maybe he can turn. But that Lycan Form is so strong in these split team fights. Not many big team fight ultimates. And that Wolf is just able to tear apart this team.
Yeah, I mean, it was good that they at least treated the Walker, but you're going to lose Rift plus Walker plus team fight. This could be a mid-boss conversion. It should be a mid-boss conversion.
Yeah, only having 3 now. I mean, to be honest, they are quite low themselves. That fight did not leave them healthy afterwards, so might honestly have to just take a reset here and take that soul swing in their favor.
Your lane state's not great as well. You know, you have 2 of your lanes just getting hard shoved in, so yes, not possible, but really feels like, again, the side of the Hidden King, they threw away their opportunity after killing to just go mid boss. And now they're paying the price for it. They were up, I think, 15k, and now it's
Yeah,
down to
now-
just 5.
Yeah, and the soul distribution as well, so heavily in favor of the Wraith. Holiday Knight might not too far behind, but I think the key thing there is the Geist wasn't in the fight despite being the most fed. As I say that, but there's a fight now with this Geist present, and she's showing why she's so strong here. 32k souls, draining all that life away from Holiday.
But it's a
big fight might be
4v2.
coming. It's 4v2 here. Might not be too good for them, actually. As Viscous uses the cube and tries to save that, guys. Swap is available, but she's so contested heavily. Swap comes through, but the HP dropping so far again, and now just dies. Lycan form does get popped now. That's a big ultimate gone, but with your biggest carry gone as well, as I was talking about the soul distribution, that's an 80-second respawn.
The important thing is they fought without their wave, so you won't lose a walker for this. But it's still not a kill you want to be giving.
Yeah, they still have a lot to push, but that being said, I don't really think they can look for anything either. As again, Abertaybrams don't even have the mid shove. They can't go for mid boss. As Victor now put into the hotel, will manage to escape, it seems, but
Might be carted over to a walker or something
Right.
after this. No.
doesn't seem like it. But health bar falling very low. Ray's trying to pop that ultimate again, but not managing to find too much. Shiv will escort him out, as that's the doorman ultimate popped for nothing, it seems.
They need to be doing more off this holiday. I haven't been seeing very many lassos, and then when you find these kills, there needs to be something converted. You need to invade the jungle. You need to find an objective, but it feels like kills are found, and nothing's done off of it.
At the very least, they're able to close down that soul gap even more now. Pretty much even. But again, now with the lasso up, he might be looking for this victor, honestly, on the sinners. That is exactly what he's going for, as he gets lasso brought right into the face of the Infernus, and now you don't have the ultimate to save yourself. Falls very low, but... oh no, maybe a little bit of miscommunication as he gets lost as well. Again, this Victor just able to escape on 1 HP, but on the other side of the map, though, the Wraith does get the pick. Wait, but...
1v1
again, that's
trade is
the
awful.
carry. That's just a horrible trade, I can't even lie. That's to Shiv gone, sure, but your Wraith being down? Again, that is the carry on that team, so...
They had to commit Dynamo to get that kill, I think. So, it's not, again, the worst side of Hidden King. They can't force mid just yet without Singularity.
Yeah, it seems like a lot
But they
of
can keep searching for more kills.
Yeah, as they'll try and find this holiday, but the jump pad able to help her return to safety. Aaron will be
they
fought
traded
for now,
Aaron.
but... I mean, they're
This
just
should
picking
be-
up the urn. Actually, there's a lot of fighting going on, contesting for this urn. Both teams wanting to secure this. It's the only thing left on the map.
It feels like a favorable fight though, with your Victor still in play and your guys. You do get the urn, but your entire team's dying for it.
Okay, you say that, and both of those heroes finding picks so early onto the fight. Unstoppable pop for Dynamo, but is that really going to do anything for you? Falling so low, but again manages to escape. And now Irata Mini coming out, almost killing the holiday, but the Lycan form as well. Oh my god, but he just falls instantly. That's just so much damage from both teams here.
And at this
But it will
time,
be-
it's surely a mid boss.
Surely it is a mid-boss call now, with the wave shoved up, with 5 dead. There's not much a singular holiday can do, as the Shiv starts that mid-boss early. And
I mean, you
finally
do
feel like
have
bigger pushes.
you do have jump pads done,
Yeah, but is that
so maybe
really
you wanna.
But
Well,
and well, she's not looking to contest it anyway, so will be a nice and secure mid boss for them.
I think if you're the side of the Archbrother here, you need to be buying more items to enable your Wraith, and making sure she just doesn't fall in these fights. Buying a Guardian, not Guardian Ward, Divine Barrier for her. Buying different healing items. Buying items to shut down the enemy team, and that is horrendous.
Yeah, and again, as you're saying that Wraith gets caught out again. It's just so unfortunate for Abertay. Their carry just hasn't been present in the last 3 fights, it seems. Just because they've just been mistakenly getting caught before they begin. Now, on top of having 3 rejuves, they're gonna be getting this rift now, and it's gonna be a scary push into this last walker.
It will lead to this walker getting taken. I'd be shocked if it didn't. It's just about if you're Abertay. I still can't remember these teams, to be honest. I'm doing if you're the side of the Archmother, it's about not dying. You know, you have to accept this walker's gone.
Yeah, exactly, and despite that, doesn't look like they'll go down without a fight as Hotel Guest gets opened up onto that Shiv, and now Chain Gang coming through. Hopefully looking to find a lot here, but it doesn't seem like he will. Gets cancelled immediately. Hotel Guest Shiv comes back into the fight, and now Victor running in, propping that ultimate in the middle of the fight, stuns so many it seems, and the Walker falls out. You lose that resist, you lose that extra damage that the Walker provides, and now the Victor finding that Billy very quickly. Rejuvenator gets popped, Geist Swap, but it's still 1 HP. Infernus now falls again. A Holiday and Doorman just so low, and they're just running away with the game here. I mean, it's just so much damage, so much tankiness. Again, they just can't do anything. The only person that they managed to kill was the one with 2 revives.
Yeah, it's just such an overstay. That Walker, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. You're giving up 3k souls, and yes, a flex slot, but you can't fight for your base now. Your base is gone.
Exactly, and Ixian Force now taking both shrines, dropping the Patron as well. Singularity is still available. I'd be surprised if they choose to go for this, but with the Singularity, I could see it. Go for this.
If they can find kills, they can end.
Yeah, but looks like now they've learned the lesson. Abertay choosing to play a little bit more passively, not wanting to give away the game right here. But 15 seconds left on the rejuve. I think they're just looking to back up a little bit here, Ixian. But I mean actually, it looks like they're coming back in here. Kinetic Pulse comes onto the Infernus. Concussive Combustion gonna be popped now. How many can he find? Victor on the Patron, but he doesn't have either of his revives. But the guy finds Infernus. Wait, this Victor, sorry, is healing so much.
But he's just gonna die. It's 2 for 2, 3 for 2.
That's a triple kill onto the Wraith, but the Wraith so deep gets caught by the unstoppable Singularity. But is there damage to follow up? No. That's 3 members down now, 4-2. Abertay might have found the ticket back into this game. That's 3 of their carries, all 3 of them down. And now it's just Shiv, Viscous, and this Dynamo now running away. And now that's such a good and important fight. Yes, their base is gone, but this is their one way back to the game, if anything. The urn is up, but they have to push through all these waves, try to get as many souls as possible, and set up for the next few fights. They might want to try the third catch. Oh, yeah, another insanely important stagger kill.
Dynamo does a refresher now, so if you decide to push want to try get one of these objectives or the urn or something, there'll be a couple of respawns available and a black hole. So it's not a free urn for them, but it's close to it.
I mean, not only that, but Victor actually just purchased both Transcendent cooldown and Refresher himself. So he himself will also have 2 revives once again going into this fight.
The Immortal Victor.
Indeed, the Immortal Victor with 3 lives, and now Wraith securing the urn. I mean, the Wraith just shows why she is such a strong late game character. Finding 3 kills in that last fight, keeping the team's hopes and dreams alive in this series. Best of 1 series, but
this game has gone far enough that this Wraith can almost solo. No one else on the other side can really keep up with this kill potential.
Yeah, the only one being like Geist and Victor, but being so frontline oriented, I can see the Wraiths doing enough damage to kill all 3 of them here. Having Capacitor as well. Honestly, not an item you see too often nowadays, but as I say, that might be getting caught a little bit here. Takes a little bit of damage from Viscous. Nothing he won't be able to heal up now, but both teams now just farming up the camps, taking every center, preparing for what's potentially the last fight in this game.
I mean, yeah, side of the Hidden King, if they can win this fight, it is going to be over.
Yeah. If Abertay win, they still have some more fights to go, but key thing here being Wraith finding unstoppable now. I'm not gonna lie, this Wraith has been getting caught by a little too many singularities. I think pretty much every singularity has had them in it, but now with the Unstoppable, it's gonna be a lot safer to play aggressively as he might want.
Yeah, not going to be no more threat of that black hole or getting disrupted by a lot of these abilities. Even just the Victor stun, being able to dodge that is going to be massive.
Yeah, and the Unstoppable, obviously, while not able to get her out of the situation completely, able to pop it and then use her 2 to escape. But as I say that, the fight breaks out, the big singularity finds 2 members on Abertay, but the Wraith finds 1, but again, the Wraith instantly falls! And that's so much damage gone now. The Refresher Dynamo ulti not managing to find anything, but Lycan, Curse, and Unstoppable pop. Now Dynamo falls very low, knockdown gets popped, but that might be a kill and a reset for this Lycan form. And this might be the key to the victory here, but Venator and the guys finding picks. Victor finds another, and again, it's just the lights are dimming for Abertay, sorry. 2 against 4 now.
I think they can just end.
Yeah, they might be able to just push an end here. Honestly, like, the silver looks pretty strong, but once I look at the soul count, is she really that strong? She just gets instantly torn to bits.
Oh, that is it. There's no way this holiday can win a 1v here. It's going to be Ixian Force taking this series.
Yeah, Holiday trying to make anything work, but not quite. Well played here by Ixian Force, playing exactly to their advantages, forcing so many big team fights back to back. Not only that, being able to catch out the carry on Abertay so efficiently. Again, every single fight, they're able to find Hux on Wraith so early into these fights. And unfortunately, that it really is just their only late game damage coming into this.
I mean, I have John Cena as my MVP.
Yeah,
those black
would
holes
not
were
count
getting
me out on
so
that.
much value.
Yeah, not only that, but for a Dynamo as well, pulling out 31,000 damage in this game, it's not too bad. But, of course, those key singularities able to, like, even though we didn't really see any of those big, like, 3, 4, 5-man singularities, he was able to catch the Wraith so many times, which was the key factor to them winning so many of these team fights.
Yeah. I mean, just well played all around. It felt like, outside of maybe 1 or 2 fights, Ixian Force really just, they understood their draft a lot better. You know, they played for their objectives, they played for the big points. So, they can be very happy with the way they played it. Obviously, a couple mistakes, but still, they come through at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, honestly, now speaking in hindsight, we saw on the scoreboard, I think Hux had quite low damage numbers. Got out damaged by both the Holiday and the Doorman. Holiday actually getting the highest damage in the lobby, and I think that really just comes from the fact that he unfortunately got caught so many times out of position. And I mean, I think that just goes to show how much more damage they could have got, and that might have been the key to their victory. But in the end, Ixian Force able to identify their strengths, shut down the enemy carry, and then just run away with the game.
Yeah, again, very, very, very well played. Abertay still can't be too annoyed with your performance. You know, there's a lot you can look at after this game, and just minor issues that need to be fixed, and you will be a top contender in this tournament. You will be in the running to win.
Yeah, exactly. I think, obviously, like, I think the best part that they played was definitely their early game. You know, they were able to get like really ahead early game, particularly that Wraith. And those first few fights, like, despite the I think the only bad fight they took early game was that first Rift, where they really didn't want to take that 66. It was quite unfavorable, but they managed to find picks after that to equalize that soul difference. You know, I think at one point it was 17% that went all the way back to neutral, and that was a product of their incredible like early to mid rotations and everything, able to like catch players off guard in the side. But unfortunately, they weren't able to follow that through into the late game, and they were forced to take so many 6v6s just because I think they weren't proactive enough before those objectives.
Yeah, definitely. They need to focus more on this lasso in the early mid game. You know, it didn't feel like it was finding a lot of targets, or even the targets it was finding, it would go on to the Victor, who you're just not going to kill. You need to find that Venator or that Shiv, for probably your two easiest targets.
Yeah, and like as you were saying, like obviously, like I think we did see that Victor get lassoed like multiple times, but the problem is he either has a revive or he somehow just manages to get away, and then that just results in like Abertay staying too long, like trying too hard to kill that Victor, and eventually Ixian Force comes in with the rotations, and it suddenly turns into a big team fight, which favors them much more.
Yeah. Again, Ixian Force, they just understood their draft better, and they played an extremely good game. GG's to them. I think we will wrap it up here, though. Do you have anything you want to say on the way out?
I mean, it's just happy to be here, happy to cast these 2 games today, and I'm really excited to see what every other team has to bring, and I think the playoffs will be indeed very exciting. But yeah, I think that'll be the end of week 3 of USS Deadlock, and we'll be going to the credits screen shortly, showcase our wonderful production today. Our producer, Joe Too Cool, as always. Our casters today, obviously being myself, PvP and Morality, and our observer will be as Kachal and Lobby Admin.
Yeah, obviously, big thanks to our production team. Not possible without them. Make this so easy to just sit and do. So
yeah, we have EGR up here, and we just have to talk about the game.
Yeah, so obviously, big thank you again to Joe and yes, Kachar. But I think we will round it off here. Thank you, PvP, for casting me today.
Thank you as well.
Really enjoyed doing it with you. Games were great. So, and yeah, thank you to everyone who watched, and we'll see you back next week.
I love you, I need you.